But we just have to understand that when a transformational figure enters the fray, you got to pause and then isolate and compartmentalize and give them the love that they're due. And in this case, it belongs to Caitlin Clark.
There's only one that can do what Caitlin Clark did. Bring all those eyes. For pure basketball purists, there's nobody like her.
Just when we thought Caitlin Clark's record-breaking season was incredible, she did something that no athlete has ever done in the recent past. That's right, she just broke WNBA history once more. This basketball phenomenon, Caitlin Clark, has broken yet another record without ever setting foot on the court. She has won numerous International Athlete of the Year awards, including Times Athlete of the Year, SVB's Business Athlete of the Year, and the Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year. Angel Reese is not content at all, and even disputes that Clark deserves it, so it's been difficult for me, but I've tried to get myself to adjust and adopt the attitude that says, just move on. Grace, if Angel Reese had been older, I would have scolded her for what she said because I would have thought, how naive can you be? But Caitlin Clark is a box office star and only 22 years old. Can you even believe the drama that is currently taking place? This isn't just about an award anymore. It's a rivalry that has everyone talking. Wait a moment. Only one side views this as a rivalry. We watch one superstar for her skill, and let's say the other star is too busy on TikTok. What are your thoughts on that? My whole situation was that when I was drafted number 7, I thought, hey, cool, I could just hoop. It's because you started killing it. Yeah, they think I'm still figuring it out, trying to figure things out. We're about to jump into a narrative that is shocking the basketball community. It has all the elements you could want for Clark's skill. Reese's amusing pranks and Clark's competitive fire. You won't want to miss what comes next. Let's dissect it and examine why Clark's recent haul has everyone talking about angels. Reese is a fantastic player, but she simply cannot match Caitlin Clark's abilities and personality on the basketball court. Let's examine Clark's incredible season in detail and the reasons she was given all. These accolades and her on-court accomplishments not only marked a remarkable WNBA season, but they also fundamentally changed what it means to have a breakout season. If you're wondering how she did it, don't worry, we're going to explain everything. Angel Reese did not address the media following the match against Caitlin Clark, but rather a member of the Chicago Sky, the LSU national champion, and she discussed how all of this attention began with her and Caitlin Clark. To start, remember that Clark did more than just break records. When I said that she had done something that no other player in WNBA history had ever done, here's the thing: she broke 62 records. You heard me correctly, 62. That's not just a historic milestone, it's on a whole new level. I expect to be among the best players in the world someday, and I wouldn't expect anything less. This is where things get really exciting. Clark's incredible play was a major factor in the outcomes on the court, and her performance was not just about the numbers. Even more incredible is what Clark has accomplished off the court. Her influence has been nothing short of extraordinary. The Indiana Fever secured their first postseason berth in nearly 10 years, and that's because she did more than just deliver on an individual basis. She helped change the course of the entire team's history. I believe that a lot of good will come from that. During her debut season, WNBA clothing sales increased by an incredible 500%. That's not a mistake. We're talking about a 6-fold increase in sales, it seems like. Everyone wanted a piece of the WNBA once Clark waved a magic wand, but it's not just about jerseys and memorabilia. Clark's presence has changed the league as a whole. Attendance has increased to an all-time high, and the WNBA is now reaching audiences it has never reached before. Sports economists are taking notice of Caitlin Clark, a phenomenon. One prominent expert referred to her as a lightning rod for women's basketball, and she is not mistaken. Clark's impact has grown to such an extent that others are. Comparing her to Michael Jordan in terms of transforming the popularity of the game, let's do some math. Are you prepared? Professional women's basketball as a whole is predicted to see its combined value skyrocket by $1. $6 billion in just the next 3 years. Yes, that's billion with a B. Clark's rookie season is estimated to have brought in an incredible $36 million for Indianapolis alone. That's the kind of impact that gets team owners and city leaders buzzing. Examine this the way I did with Michael Jordan. She may not be as good as Jordan in her sport in terms of athleticism, but A'ja Wilson is without a doubt the best player in the league. However, I'm talking about value here, both to a league and to a franchise. They had the #1 pick and were the worst team the previous season, so there is value to that. What does all of this mean? In addition to being a basketball great, Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon who is changing the game both on and off the court. Despite attracting innumerable new fans and creating a substantial economic impact, her impact transcends the stat sheet, demonstrating that she is the WNBA's long-awaited superstar who will revolutionize the league's future. I'm talking about value. Because of his significance to his team and the league, Michael Jordan was the most valuable player each and every year. By the way, he won 6 titles, so it's hard to argue that Caitlin Clark won't. Even if Las Vegas remains a fantastic team, the fact that she's performing at such a high level, as you are aware, it is now typical for her to opt for 26 and 12. Regardless of how long a player has been in the league, those are impressive figures. The journey of Caitlin Clark to all of these awards may have seemed like an inevitable victory, but the whole story is much more complicated. For example, remember Angel Reese, the other rookie who had the basketball world talking. The media framed their rivalry as the ultimate showdown, a battle for the ages that had fans glued to every game. However, how close was this competition really? Angel Reese was there, and there's nothing that. She plays incredibly hard, and I liken her style to Moses Malone's. Where have you been and have you seen her? There is no one in the WNBA's history like Caitlin Clark, and Moses Malone was unrelenting in his comparisons between her and Clark Crafting, so it's not that I don't like her or her style of play. A story about 2 rising stars engaged in a season-long duel that seemed to be set up for a spectacular conclusion, as though the 2 sportsmen were meant to compete all year long, but as the season. As the story progressed, some started to wonder if the rivalry was as close as it appeared to be, if this fight was genuine, or if it was more hype than substance. For example, some people claimed that Angel Reese was superior to Caitlin Clark, Rodman was superior to Michael Jordan, Ben Wallace was superior to Kobe, or even Andre Drummond was superior to LeBron. I shouldn't have to mention that Angel Reese is a bad defender. When Caitlin Clark was selected Rookie of the Year and First Team All-WNBA, the answer became evident. This victory wasn't merely a victory, it was a crucial one. Declaration that dispelled the notion of a neck race, and Reese was understandably upset and made no effort to hide her feelings. She publicly disagreed with the decision, accusing Clark of not deserving of the honor. Her reaction fueled even more drama, dividing fans and igniting heated debates online. However, was Reese's frustration purely emotional, or was there something deeper at play? Her attention and notoriety are based on Caitlin Clark because she won the national title, and the first thing she does is make fun of her. Here's the wider picture. She's made it personal with Caitlin Clark and has even celebrated with her teammates. Beyond merely vying for accolades, Clark's natural desire to excel and perform at the top level transcends the game and eliminates the necessity for rivals. This isn't just about a player, it's about uplifting the entire sport and motivating fans everywhere. Her skill isn't just intense, it was revolutionary, bringing women's basketball to a level never seen before. I thought scoring, she's the all-time greatest scorer in the history of men's or women's collegiate basketball. But passing like this, I'm referring to LeBron's exceptional bounce passing, although it might not be due to her skill. I'm referring to the kind of two-handed full-court touchdown throw that gifted LeBron James does not see in the WNBA. When was the last time 2 WNBA rookies created this much buzz, one for skill and the other for her other endeavors? Rhea is still attracting attention to women's basketball, which is still a positive thing. Ablaze on social media with. The skinny white girl was the best thing that ever happened to the WNBA. She is already the most exciting and entertaining player in the league, and people can't take their eyes off of Clark's global awards. But she carries a weight that goes far beyond her individual performance. Discussions, debates, and games featuring Clark and Reese drew in record-breaking audiences are not just athletes, they are catalysts for a movement that has energized the league and made women's basketball a topic of national conversation. Represents a sea change for the WNBA. In addition to setting records, Clark is redefining what is possible. Her ability to attract fans, create excitement, and command attention has been nothing short of remarkable. People are referring to her as more than just a great player. They are calling her a transformative figure who has the power to completely change the league. However, with all of this attention comes a lot of scrutiny. Not all members of the WNBA community are overjoyed by Clark's attention. Some veterans and previous legends have voiced their worries, claiming that the other gifted athletes may be overshadowed by a concentrated attention on one player. Wilson's quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath." Explains why some people are pushing back, arguing that it's about fairness and that other players who have made significant contributions to the league aren't receiving the credit they deserve. Others are concerned that the publicity surrounding Clark may lead to inflated expectations or divert attention from the teamwork that makes basketball so unique. But here's the twist: all of this discussion and controversy might actually be beneficial for women's basketball because it's igniting discussions, attracting new fans, and bringing the WNBA unprecedented attention. Now, you're going to fire 22-year-old Caitlin Clark, who has changed the game on her own and attracted millions of young and old fans. What about college basketball's record ratings? Now, in her brief WNBA career, she's breaking records, which is a win for everyone. Her success has rekindled interest in the sport in a larger sense. There are debates concerning how the NBA markets its players and develops its brand, and some contend that the league should sell all of its stars more effectively. Not only the newest sensation, but there's no doubting that Clark's presence has been a catalyst for change, bringing new life and excitement to women's basketball. For example, what are we doing and why should we stop? Let's celebrate Caitlin Clark's greatness and her bravery in persevering. Clark didn't just break all these records, she also redefined expectations and set a new standard for. She has elevated the standard for women's basketball, motivating both players and fans of the future. Imagine what a season could be like. Clark has demonstrated that elite skill and competition can captivate the public and create moments that go well beyond the actual games. She has also elevated the WNBA's profile, demonstrating that women's basketball is just as exciting and captivating as its male counterpart. And she is only just getting started. Ken Clark, you go, girl. Don't pay attention to these people. The most of us are normal.